Welcome to the Idaho Business Podcast, the only Idaho podcast focused on providing profits for Idaho people. If you love our state and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Idaho Business Podcast with your friend, host, and all-around great guy and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Idaho Business Podcast. Hopefully your weekend was fantastic. Hopefully you got to enjoy some time with your loved ones, your friends, whoever you were with, that you were able to just find some time to unwind a little bit and enjoy. Because like we say all the time, if you don't find balance, you're not going to be a very fun person to be around. So it's time to if you're not finding that now, we're going to talk about that today. Finding some balance, teaching yourself to respond differently when things come up. But by doing this, you'll find more contentment and better happiness as you move forward in your life, because there's too much negative out there, and for us to be surrounding ourselves with just that, it's not a good thing. But as we get started, we are sponsored by Health West. Great organization, great healthcare provider. Give them a Google, find where they're closest to you, see what they can do for you and your loved ones, and I promise you they won't disappoint. We're also sponsored by my companies, New Clean Commercial Cleaning and Commercial Cleaning Services. If you need any of your janitorial or carpet cleaning or stripping and waxing needs, making your floors nice and shiny, give us a holler, 208-254-7070. All right. I'm getting over a little bit of a head cold, so I apologize. I'm trying not to sniff too much in this episode, so we'll move forward. All right. I've noticed, this year compared to last year in my own life, I feel like last year I was better on top of my game. I feel like physically I was taking care of myself better. Mentally, I was able to, give myself better encouragement and not let the smaller things get me down. And I'm getting myself out of it now. I'm not unhappy by any means, but there's times that sometimes you just get the Monday glooms, or you're just like, okay, you let something that comes up in business or in life that's relatively small, even that you've had come up multiple times across the years you've been in business or in life, rub you the wrong way. And how many times do we have to go through those things until we learn there's a better way? For me, I'm not the smartest guy out there, so I apparently have to get hit over the head with a tack hammer over and over again to continually remind myself, hey, things aren't bad, and stop worrying about things that you shouldn't be worrying about. I heard a stat the other day. They said 85% of the things that we worry about and constantly fret over don't even come true anyways. Nothing, comes to fruition at that point. Those things that we worry about. So we tend to fret and worry about all this stuff around us and in our lives that has no bearing in our lives. Make sure that mic's on. But serious, guys, we fret too much, and we let ourselves tell ourselves, this is how I need to respond when this happens. So say something negative comes up at work, and there's times that if you can think back, maybe it's something that comes up on a regular basis, but maybe it's not a weekly basis. Maybe it's like a quarterly basis, or a bi-quarterly basis, or a bi-monthly basis, and you've gone through it many times before, and it's something that you've dealt with, and this is how you know how to deal with it. But for some reason, when it comes up today, it really annoys you. It annoys you that it's happening, and you let it fester, and you let it get you down. And then if you're not careful, it'll rub off on other people. It'll rub off on your managers. It'll rub off on your family, and they don't deserve that. Just because you are experiencing something in a different way, they shouldn't have to take that from you. So remember that as you go forward, we're teaching ourselves how to respond when events or difficulties happen to us in our lives. And now we can choose to respond, hey, you know what? Not a big deal. Been there, done that. I got this handled. I'll just, I'll go through this system that we already have set up, and it'll be just fine. But it's those times where, like, oh my gosh, we're already in a weird funk, and we're thinking the worst that's going to happen. And when that same situation comes up, we're thinking, oh man, I'm going to be homeless, penniless, hairless, jobless, just because of this thing. We blow it out of proportion. And it's craziness. It's craziness that we do that to ourselves. And then the whole day or the whole couple days or weeks or months will go by, and we'll allow ourselves to respond and think things ways for the rest of this time period, just because this small thing threw you off. And then you start letting all the other things throw you off. And that's not cool. So I've said this over and over again because I've heard it from my consultants and mindset coaches. We are the author of our story, and you are the one that tells that story, how it's going to end and how it's being written. Too many times, and I've been at fault in this too many times of like, okay, I'm apparently telling myself the story of this is really going to negatively impact me today. I'm not going to be a fun guy to be around. I'm going to be gloom and doom, and I'm going to work myself to death because I feel like I need to work myself to death or punish myself to get myself out of this slump that I'm in. And so many times, guys and gals, we motivate ourselves how it used to get us out of slumps. When we were younger, this is me too. I just came upon this epiphany. When I was younger, I can motivate myself in physically doing things harder and stronger and better by literally speaking garbage to myself. Get yourself in gear, run faster. You're a piece of crap. And I would motivate myself that way. I'd motivate myself by pain and suffering. And now, as I'm older, that doesn't motivate me anymore. That way of thinking doesn't motivate myself anymore. What does motivate me more is if I'm kinder to myself. Hey, you got this. You're smart. You're good looking, even though by looking me in my face in this video, you might say otherwise. But who cares? I believe it. If you believe these things, you say these things, it's so much more helpful as you go throughout your day, your week, your month, your life, because our minds believe what we are saying to ourselves. And if we wouldn't say what we say to ourselves, to our friends or our family, why are we saying it to ourselves? It's impeding on our ability to be successful. It's impeding on our ability to get the upper rung of our position in our work, or to achieve that next promotion, or to land that next big client that you're working for, because they're not attracted to people that are very negative. They're attracted to people who are positive and have a brighter outlook at life. And I'm telling you, what a better way to find jobs and promotions and opportunities is by being that person that's more optimistic, and it's sad because I see so many people in my life, close people and some people just that I associate with, that are very pessimistic. And I've been there. I've had those days of, oh gosh, today's gonna suck. This is happening, and I've got to do this today. It's gonna be hot garbage. And I tell myself that I'm not going to enjoy that day, which is stupid. You can enjoy the whole days, all these days that you're going through, even if there's some unpleasant things you have to do. You can still be the person you want to be and show up as that person. So I'm hoping some of this stuff is going to help rub off on you guys, because I heard another thing the other day is like, would we want our children or our loved ones? This one was really just children, because it really resonated with me, like to talk to themselves how we talk to ourselves. And that made a big impact in my life, because I'm like, my gosh, there's times I'm really not that nice to myself, or I say a lot of garbage about myself. And yeah, I like a lot of self-deprecating humor, and I enjoy it. But I know deep inside that I am these different positive affirmations, and I'm trying to keep those within me, because it's so easy just to mess up at work or at your computer and be like, man, I'm a freaking idiot. And that doesn't do anything good for you. And your mind starts to believe it, your body starts to believe it. And then your whole aura starts to slump, and you get yourself into those funks again. So go out there, find opportunities to serve people, because that's what one quick way to get yourself out of slump is by finding opportunities to serve those that are around you. You know, you find yourself in a slump and all you want to do is sit on the couch at the end of the day, which I've been there, guys and gals, and you just don't want to talk to anyone. And you look outside and maybe your boys are throwing a ball around, or your girls are doing their gymnastics, stuff, and having fun outside. And you're inside just wanting to stay quiet. Go out there. Or maybe your friends are just saying, hey, we're doing this X, Y, and Z tonight. But you're thinking, oh, it's a Monday. Well, I can't enjoy myself on a Monday. I got to go work on Tuesday. Come on, people. We're better than this. Enjoy life. Enjoy who you are. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your loved ones. Enjoy your freaking life. It's too short to go to work every day, make money, come home, and to put ourselves in those situations. Go out, play with your boys, play with your daughters, and enjoy that. Go help your spouse. Go do some dishes. It'll do you some good if you're in that funk, because that act of service it's just enlightening. It brings a light into your life that you're like, okay, I'm definitely helping someone. I'm bringing up, obviously especially with your kids or your spouse. You can see that that's making an impact in their lives. They love to be around their mother or their fathers, and they love to have that attention. And the same with your friends. Be that person for your friends. Be that positive influence in their lives. Throw the jealousy out and push yourself to say, hey, you know what, you did that the other day, you were awesome. Great looking shirt, by the way, you look awesome in that. I'm telling you, the smallest things make a huge impact. So help each other. And if you have friends that aren't like that and they're constantly bringing you down, find other friends. I'm telling you, find friends that are going to be uplifting and help you out. So be happy, be positive, and find ways to get yourself out of that funk. But I'm telling you, going to serve some other people will be the fastest way to get yourself out of that. As always, be happy, be grateful, and find opportunities, again, to serve others. Go out there, dominate your week, be happy with yourself, encourage yourself, and be successful. Adios, guys. See you later.
Congratulations on spending a couple of minutes getting a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Idaho business community. If you're feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.